Hi, I'm back to show you guys how to make a grilled cheese. Yeah, maybe when mom and dad are around. When I was young, I was able to cook, and it helps you as you grow, as you get older. So I'm gonna make a simple grilled cheese sandwich. You have to have a fairly hot pan, no paper products around it, a little bit of butter in the pan. I got my 2 pieces of bread. First, I'm gonna saute some spinach. You know, Mr. Holloway, I can't just make a simple grilled cheese. I'm gonna have to fancy it up a little bit. So we put in a little bit of spinach. Spinach cooks in about 5-10 seconds, okay? We don't need it super well done. Just flip it around in there a little bit. It starts to shrink a little bit, so you can always put more spinach in than you think you need. Remember, I just had a big handful. As soon as it gets hot, it starts shrinking up. All right? There's my spinach, cooked. Put that aside. A little more butter. Mr. Holloway likes to cook with butter. I'm gonna get my pan hot again. As I said in the last video when I was cooking a quesadilla, you wanna have your pan really hot for grilled cheese. Okay? So, when you're making a grilled cheese, you can use different kinds of ways to slice it. Always cut away from yourself, and you can literally put your fingers off to the side of the cheese. I'm gonna cut a couple thin pieces. A lot of you can have your caregivers buy you sliced cheese already. That's probably what I would suggest to you, is get it already sliced. You can use cheddar cheese. You can use Swiss cheese. You can use the queso fresco cheese. And you lay it on there, covering the bread completely. I'm gonna put that spinach I had right back on there and form a little bed of spinach and cheese. And I'm gonna add today a little turkey meat. So if I talk about the varieties of cheese that you can put on a sandwich, there are varieties of meat as well. So you get lots of different kinds of combination choices. I'm gonna let that toast on there and put on the other piece of bread so it sort of forms it kind of encapsulates the cheese on the meat so it'll melt better. So you wanna have the top piece of bread on there as well. And now we cook it at pretty good high heat. I'm using turkey this time. What other choices of meat can you put on a grilled cheese? How about ham? How about bacon? How about a vegetarian choice? The spinach, mushrooms, green peppers, chili peppers. There's a lot of choices. So when you start adding up your bread choices, which could be wheat, white bread, the oat breads, and you got different choices of meats, different choices of cheese. All of a sudden, your lunchtime choices have grown exponentially, meaning they've grown 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times more choices by just thinking about the different breads, the different cheeses, the different meats. Okay, so often what happens, it toasts really well. Look at that beautiful toast I got going on that. Flip it over, I like a little more butter in my hot pan. And it starts to get smoky. Fine, turn on the fan. Okay, butter's hot, put that back on there. I've seen this done, and I've done it before myself, where you can kind of, let me get another pan. I'm gonna talk about that idea of encapsulating your heat. Heat rises, as we all know. So if you wanna trap heat in and make this a little bit of a baked oven kind of grilled cheese, as well as you just hold the heat in here. That will melt that cheese around the turkey and around the spinach really well, really well. All right. This takes maybe another minute or so on this side. You can always kind of have a pretty good idea that your cheese is going to be melted on the inside when both sides of your bread are toasted. That's when you know it's ready. You don't have to have any kind of timer or secret way. It's just when you have both sides of the bread toasted, your cheese is probably hot and melted, and you're ready to go. So see what we got underneath this baby. Oh, both sides looking very beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off. Turn my heat off. Always remember to turn your electric range off or the gas range. So I'm gonna cut this on the diagonal. Do you remember what the diagonal is, kids? Like that. This is straight up and this is on the diagonal. Okay, so I'm cutting on the diagonal. I'm putting it on the plate. It's probably really hot when I eat this. This is what happened when I ate the quesadilla the other day. I actually burned my mouth. Okay, but look at inside of there. Oh, so good. Yeah, that's grilled cheese perfection right there.